So in today's video, I'm going to show you in 3 simple steps how you can get the club into the slot in the downswing ready for delivery. So you might well have heard this term before. You know, people have spoken about good players getting the club into the slot on the way down, which enables them to deliver the club pretty consistently, pretty efficiently, and pretty powerfully to the golf ball. But what exactly does it mean getting the club into the slot, and how do you actually achieve it in your golf swing? Well, those are things that we're going to cover in this video. And from the top of the golf swing, there's going to be 3 things that you need to have in order to get that golf club into that almost perfect delivery position to enable you to hit better golf shots on the golf course. So the lesson plan today is to talk about 3 things: rotation, how that's really important. We're going to talk about side bend, how that's really important, and we're going to talk about the lead arm relative to your upper body and how the 3 of them together can get you into that perfect delivery position. So for the purposes of this video, what do we mean by the slot? Well, we're talking about a position which is somewhere here on the way down, when everything is kind of lined up, then we can just go ahead and release the club down into the golf ball. So what do we tend to see from the amateur golfers? Well, if you're someone who struggles with many things, strike and ball flight and distance, then you're going to find that you're potentially achieving some sort of different sort of looks to that part of the golf swing, and it makes delivery a little bit more difficult. Lots of good players have a great transition and they get themselves primed, ready to hit that golf ball, and that's what we're going to show you today. So the first thing is, and these 3 things have to be present. You have to, from the top of your golf swing, you have to have some amount of rotation back towards the target. However, if I just do that, so find a nice top of the backswing position, if I just rotate, I think we'll agree that doesn't look particularly desirable. I'm not going to hit particularly good shots from there. I'm going to swipe across it and it's not going to be particularly powerful. So rotation has to be there, but there's other things as well. The second thing that we're going to get you to add in would be something that we call side bend. So side bend is very simply when we drop one shoulder lower than the other, and as you can imagine, I can side bend either way. So in the downswing, we're looking for right side bend or trail side bend. So let's find our top of the backswing. Let's add our rotation. That doesn't look quite right, but now let's add a little bit of side bend. Okay, now we're starting to get a little bit closer. We're starting to see the club sort of find a little bit more of a desirable position, but we're still not quite there. There's still something else missing that we need. And the final piece of the jigsaw here is that lead arm. Once we've made our transition, that lead arm needs to start working off the chest, or the way they want to think about it is that lead arm is kind of sliding down the chest. Now, let me show you what those 3 things look like together. So we're going to go up to the top. We're going to add our rotation. Doesn't look particularly good. Add our side bend. Little bit better, but not perfect. And now we're going to get those arms working down a little bit. And now suddenly we're into a fantastic delivery position where I could comfortably just go through and hit the golf ball. And if I can achieve that really good position, it's generally going to enable me to swing the golf club towards my target, which sounds pretty obvious, and that's what everyone's trying to do. But lots of the golfers I see who are struggling, their golf club quite simply isn't swinging towards the target. It's swinging far too much to the left or far too much to the right, and that requires skill and compensations in order to get that golf ball back. So the more we can get you into this slot, if you like, this perfect delivery position, we're more likely to swing the club straighter, and that's going to result in straighter shots. So the first little exercise I would have you do is one where we try and create the feel and try and give you some awareness of what the slot is. So potentially you might be watching this video and thinking to yourself, well, that's great, I'd love to get there, but I don't know what it feels like. This is how you create that feel. You make your backswing, you add your rotation, you add your side bend, and you push your arms down. Those are the 3 elements that enable me to get into this delivery position. So once you've done those 3 things, you're almost trying to take a mental snapshot of what this feels like, how your body feels, what are your shoulder angles like, where is your head position, where are your arms. You're trying to take a mental snapshot of that so you can try and replicate that from the top of the golf swing. Stage 2 would be to try and move from the top of the golf swing into that delivery position. I've got my side bend, I've rotated, and my arms have started to move down to reveal that logo on my top. From here, I'm very, very confident that I can swing through and hit the golf ball. And that would be the first little drill I would get you to do, is from the top, one movement to try and find that delivery position or the slot, and then you can go ahead and hit the golf ball. And that would be a great way for you to start to work this into your game. So who's this applying to? Well, anybody who feels like they come across the golf ball, anybody who swings left of target, this is a great drill for you. Anybody who feels like they stand up through impact. Very often, if you stand up through impact, it's because the golf club is far too steep on the way down, and far too steep means that the golf club is approaching the ground at too high a rate, and you will often start to stand up a little bit as you approach impact. So if you feel like you jump, you don't turn through the ball, or you feel like you swing left, and that would give you pulls and fades and slices, this is a fantastic exercise for you to do. So let me show you that once more. So we're going to go up to the top, we're going to hold that position, we're going to work it down to find that slot, and then from there, I can go through and hit the golf ball. And ultimately, what I'm really trying to do in practice here is, as I say, just trying to build some awareness and feels of what this is actually like. Once I feel fairly comfortable with that, I can then start to blend that together. I can start to add a little bit of speed, and I can start to take that onto the golf course. Now, my advice to you, if you're watching this video, is there's a very, very good chance that you will be doing some of those three things. Your job is to figure out which one or which two you're not quite adding in, and then start to add that into your golf swing. So don't try all three, because you may well be doing some of them. It's trying to find out what works for you and applying the information in this video to your individual golf swing and your individual game. So, hope that helps. Love to hear your comments down below. If you feel that's a helpful video, something you've not heard before, something you think you might need to work on, drop me a comment. And whilst you're down there, hit the like button and also the subscribe button as well. It is absolutely free. Love you to join my community. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf. Thanks for watching.